Indiana know just how legendary Bob Glidden is at this racetrack. So, you know, as a 12-year-old kid when I met him for the first time, you know, he was my hero.
Yeah.
And to be able to make that run last night, which put us in the number 2 spot, which based on that sun, that big yellow bulb up there, that's pretty safe going into Monday. But these runs are critical for how we run on Monday for the race. And we were close. I think we were 5th quick of that session, but it was not a pretty session. Please don't rate our performance, the whole field, on how we ran, because there's a lot of tire smoke. And what the crew chiefs need to do is they need to find the edge. So on a racetrack like that, they were hopeful that, you know, our car was going to go down. It didn't. We'll take that data. I know the guys are, you know, pouring through all of the charts and the graphs. They'll make the adjustments because this next session is probably going to be even hotter than what we just saw.
Wow, that sounds tough. So if I'm not mistaken, you came in off of a 2nd place run yesterday. So you think you're going to hold that 2nd place spot hopefully from today?
Yeah, I think so, because the track was so great last night. How many people were here last night? All right, you were
nice,
here. You
there
saw
we go.
it. So, you know, those conditions were pretty optimal. I saw some unbelievable runs. And then as it gets warmer in the next 2 days, today and tomorrow, we're going to be running during the afternoon. So we won't have the traction, the cool track that we need to go and apply 11,000 horsepower to get down the racetrack and run a 392. But it's definitely good enough to run a low 4.0. You know, you saw a couple cars out there. Timmy Wilkerson went 09, and you know we were trying to run 08, 09. And I'm very confident we'll make the adjustments to do that.
Tell us what it feels like to go that fast in a car. I mean, I think I could say nobody's gone that fast in a car before out here, right?
Well, I describe it, it's actually hard to describe, to be honest with you, because it's an event more than it is a run. From hitting the throttle to you know, about 3.5 Gs at the initial hit, which isn't the max G. Most cars that you drive, when you pop the clutch, you feel that initial hit. In a funny car, we'll feel it, and then about 1.5 seconds, they calm the car down so it doesn't smoke the tires. Then going by half track, we'll pick about 6 Gs, 5.5 to 6 Gs of acceleration, and then -7 Gs when the parachute comes out. So I tell people it's like pulling the trigger of a gun and riding the bullet at the same time.
That sounds horrible. I don't know if I'm excited about that one at all. I mean,
Tell you though, the greatest feeling in the world in one of these cars, and you're gonna say, well, why is that such a great feeling? Is when the parachutes come out. And someone once said to me, he said, well, how can that be the best feeling in the car? The race is over. How can that be exciting? Well, I can tell you this, and not this track, because this is a pretty long track, but you take Pomona at 322 miles an hour with the parachutes out. You do not think you're going to stop that car before you go off the end of the track. The end of the track is coming up so fast, and that's really when you get the sensation of speed, because it's like on the highway, right? When you're doing 70 or 80 and you look out the window and the person next to you is doing 70 or it's all relative, right? When we look out the window and see the guy or gal next to us at 300, it's like, wow, we're both kind of doing the same thing. But when the parachutes come out and you feel the -G, and it literally knocks the wind out of you. That's why one of my friends one time said to me, he said, Taska, you look totally crazy when you got out of the car. You're out of breath. You did like 3 seconds of work. How could you possibly be that tired? And it's really because we don't breathe. You know, when we roll into that first bulb, I kind of take a deep breath, and when we hit the throttle, you can feel the air get pressed out of your lungs because of the G-force compressing your chest. And then you try to get a gas bit before the chute hits because it wants to slingshot you out of the race car. That's how hard you go against the belts. And then you get out of the car and your adrenaline's jacked up and you're out of breath, and it seems like you did a day's worth of work in 3 seconds.
That sounds amazing.
I don't want my bosses to know, but you know, the head of Ford Racing is here. They actually only pay me for 6 minutes of work a year.
That's amazing.
Mark, that's all you pay me for, but what's that? At a very
A high minute rate.
So I do want to single out Mark Rushbrook. I know we have some Ford fans here, and I hear
we have some Ford fans here, do we?
Ford fans here?
Yeah.
And I can tell you that all year long, fans have come up to me and thanked me for bringing Ford back in.
Yes.
That is the #1 comment Ford
Give a hand. Thanks for bringing Ford back. We all appreciate that, guys, right?
But on behalf of all the fans and Tasca Racing, Mark Rushbrook, the head of Ford Performance, we want to thank you for coming back to NHRA drag racing.
Yes.
So it's great, and I tell you, we were out for 3 years, and I kept going to Detroit, and we were showing packages and proposals, and what kept me going were the fans. It was unbelievable. Some of the darkest days that I had, and I never thought we'd get back to being on the big stage. I would get a tweet, I would get a Facebook post, and sometimes I thought that you guys knew more than me, because I'd get tweets, "We know you're coming back next year, we're so excited about it." But the truth is, it was the passion of the NHRA fan, all their support for Ford. It's been really overwhelming for me this year to have everyone come up to our pit and show the excitement. This has been a building year for our team. We started from scratch in December. We pulled an amazing group of guys together. We got Ford engineers working tirelessly on a brand new Mustang body. The body we're running, believe it or not, is about 10 years old. And this new one is absolutely off the charts. We've had some of the brightest minds with aerodynamics working on it. And we won't have it this year, but we will debut it next year. And that'll be a big performance advantage for us.
Speaking of bodies, I saw you had some different colors you guys were out there rocking today. That has something to do with the Glidden colors?
Absolutely. That was the car that Bob Glidden ran in '87. And that was the first NHRA race that I ever went to and met Bob Glidden for the first time.
So cool.
With Bob's passing this past year, it's just an honor to be able to drive that car with his name on the side of it. And that's a competitive advantage we have out here this weekend, is we got the legend himself on the side of our car. So
I love it. I love it. Nothing but a little bit of help there. So guys, speaking of fans, we're here with Bob Taska, BT3, bringing the Ford Funny car back into the dragway this season. We thank you guys for all your support. I know you have some questions for Bob. I know you guys are dying to ask a question. We talked about this earlier. What's your name? Where are you from? I know you came a long way to get here.
I'm Kira and I came from Ontario.
Cool, Kira. All right. What do you want to ask Bob?
When did you start?
When did I start? Well, I didn't get the opportunity to start at the age of all you young guys and gals out here with the junior drag racing program. I think you can be 5. One of my sons at 6 years old started racing. For me, it wasn't until I was 16. I raced a Mustang, a 1992 Mustang, for the first time at New England Dragway, and that's what got me started.
Wow, so what he's saying is you're a little behind if you're not already racing right now, so go.
Although I did start driving go-karts when I was 5 years old, and that was probably the best learning experience young growing up is racing go-karts. Now, I probably should have stayed in go-karts and done some NASCAR racing. I think I would have been paid a whole lot more, but at the end of the day, I love NHRA drag racing. I wouldn't have it any other way. And those funny cars, I tell you, there's nothing like them on the planet. I've driven Pro Stock, dragsters, you name it. When that body comes down and you got 11,000 Ford horsepower sitting in front of you, and you crack that throttle, I mean, there's nothing like it on the planet, I can tell you that much. Any more questions? Does anyone want to drive? Who wants to drive out there? See, I just see you got some crazy people out here. What do you got? What's your question? Can I sign her hat? I absolutely sign her hat.
Does anybody else have any more questions for Bob? No questions. Don't be shy, guys. What's your favorite track? What do you have in your garage at home? I mean, these are things I want to know.
One of my favorite tracks is right here. How can
Indy?
I got like a top 5 list, and this track is absolutely incredible. The fans, I mean, look at the place is packed. We get to run at on the biggest stage, the biggest platform, and for us, this is the biggest race of the year.
Nice.
To bump back into the top 10.
That's great. Well, we're lucky to have you out here. Thank you so much for taking time with us, Bob.
And I just want to thank everyone on behalf of Ford. I can't say it again. It's all those Ford owners that support us. You race our products, you buy our products, you service your products with us, and that's the reason why Ford comes out here and invests in this platform. It's the most loyal group, passionate group of fans that I've ever been around, and I'm just very fortunate to be able to represent Ford on the national level and give all you Ford fans out there someone to root for. So thank you for all your business.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Bob. We wish you the best this weekend. Thanks to Rock Ford bringing it back. You guys, we do have a few minutes, so you guys want to hang out here. We're going to open our stage back up for you guys to get a chance to win a brand new Ford Mustang GT 2019. So if you want to figure out what it's like to have that kind of speed, speed that you can actually have as a non-race car driver. Right here's your chance to get a brand new Ford Mustang. On stage, 18 or older, get registered to win. While you're here, you can spin to win. You can also play Shoperation. Thanks so much for coming out, supporting Ford, guys. We'll be here all weekend. Make sure you cheer on Bob out there as we're trying to take home that #1 this weekend. Oh, Bob's doing some autographs.